2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, joined by the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great Kenny the Jet Smith. It's basketball out in Memphis, FedEx Forum to be exact. We'll see the Grizzlies go up against the Philadelphia 76ers. Checking out the 76ers, they haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. Last season, a rough one for the number 1 draft pick Ben Simmons. Had his rookie debut delayed due to injury. Now in his 2nd year in the league, what are we going to see from Ben Simmons, Kenny?
Well, obviously his passing and unselfishness is what got him into the league. Now we're going to see if he can be a scorer. But he has a rare kind of thing of size along with initiating an offense, Shaq.
And
not too many guys I've seen like that.
Not only that, the whole team around him gets better because he makes things easier for his teammates. You know why? Played at LSU, baby. Love Shack University.
Philadelphia could be a team on the
Love
rise.
Shack University.
Yes.
Okay.
Kevin Harlan has the call.
I
We'll
didn't
see
know
you
they
later.
changed it.
I changed it.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We've got rabid Memphis fans packed into the FedEx Forum. Well, what better way to spend a Monday night than with the 2K Sports team and the NBA? Welcome, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And, of course, Mike Muscala. Coaches and fans enjoying seeing how he fits into the game plan and lineup here with his new team.
Well, we're about to see what the buzz around the league is all about here. Is it going to be just hype or will it be reality? We will find out here soon enough, along with the fans in this arena and the people watching at home.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Good evening, Kevin. Sixers head coach Brett Brown has gone through the lean years in Philly, but his coaching philosophy stayed constant during that time. He said, who's playing hard? There's a certain type that we're trying to grow in a city like Philadelphia. We've got to find people who can gain respect by competing. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. And Philly loves guys that work hard, a great attitude to build your team around for sure. Clark, we know both these teams coming and looking to get a desperately needed win. Just how much do recent struggles on both sides weigh on them right now?
Well, you know what, Kevin? I think they do weigh on them, but if you're going to break out of your struggles, then you've got to be in the moment. And you've got to lock into the present and not worry about what's happened in the past. Embrace the moment and the opportunity to change the tide. Ready, gentlemen? And you've got to stay consistent and not let a few bad breaks in the game or bad bounces distract you from your mission.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. They've got Fultz. Dario Saric is out there with Wilson Chandler. Then it's Simmons. And it's Embiid in at the center, filling out the middle. Now here's Chandler. 6 on the shot clock. That one off the back iron and out. And here's Anderson. Green with a screen on Simmons. Conley's shot is off. On defense, the Grizzlies, defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
You know, a poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to get good looks.
Well, the effort plainly was not there. I mean, they often settled for tougher, lower percentage shots, and that makes it hard to win.
Now here's Chandler. They get it back, and Simmons kicks to Chandler. Pass to Fultz. Embiid the screen. Saric outside. Now the dish to Simmons. Saric passes to Fultz. Embiid sets the pick for Fultz. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Embiid with the steal. And here we go. Saric all alone.
Really like the quick decision-making of Fultz there, Kevin. Excellent at surveying the floor for the open teammate.
Here's Temple. His last outing, he had 8 points. Good-looking screen by Gasol. And Anderson has it in the corner. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
The 76ers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Boy, a bunch of strength on that slam from Simmons. Punching it down and sending a real message in the process.
Green with a screen on Simmons. Conley kicks to Green. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Saric. And JaMychal Green, undrafted out of Alabama, played a few seasons in the D-League, Greg, but in his 3rd season, a full-time starter in the league with Memphis.
And the Grizzlies like his ability to space the floor from that power forward position. It shows you where the game is going. Face-up skills and mobility coveted at that 4 spot.
Free throw good, Green.
And really few teams in NBA history have undertaken the sort of extreme makeover the Sixers did over the last 4 years, and a lot of losing along the way, but the fans have been surprisingly supportive of the rebuilding process.
And both free throws good for Green. And before the rebuild, the Sixers for a long time were stuck in mediocrity. Treading water, Greg, as they might say.
Yeah, and it's hard to make that leap without top draft picks. And the Sixers plumbed the depths, if you will. Now, though, I think they found their treasure trove.
Now Conley, after the missed 3 from Dario Saric. Conley kicks to Green. To the inside. Here's Temple, and the go-ahead bucket, no good.
That's smothering defense. Chicken and gravy defense, not giving him an inch there. That's how you guard the inside. Yes, sir.
Here's Green. It's hauled in by the 76ers. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And the big problem, they got trigger happy. Shot a very low percentage from beyond the arc.
And you know, Greg, to me that's baffling. I'm not sure why they didn't do some dine-in eating. Go inside and eat instead of all that work in the drive-through behind the arc.
And Ben Simmons, who was the first pick in 2016 out of LSU, probably the most heralded player to come out of that school since the great Shaquille O'Neal. And I tell you what, Simmons has drawn some comparisons to some other greats, most notably LeBron James and Magic Johnson.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Greg, the Sixers want to ease him into it, but they see Ben Simmons not just as a point forward, but a point guard as well.
And he's got all the ability. Think about this. The Sixers haven't had a player 6'10 or taller average over 3 assists since Wilt Chamberlain back in 1967. The second they drafted Simmons, you knew that would change.
And, you know, anytime your game is compared to LeBron James, that's a heavy mantle, no doubt about it. But, you know, with Simmons' size and point guard skills, I certainly can appreciate where people might make that comparison and can actually see some mild similarities.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The Grizzlies have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And Simmons at 6'10", a rare combination of size, strength, athleticism, and elite playmaking ability.
No question, Kevin. He's a drive and kick dime dropper supreme. I mean, this guy whips bullet passes with ease and great vision and plays downhill, too.
And you think about it, for so long, the Grizzlies were kind of the throwback team. I mean, they had the two bangers in the front court, and they really rejected that whole pace and space movement. But finally, they've come around, retooling their lineups to get more shooting on the floor. Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
And here's Anderson from the arc. Misses that one. He's made one and missed two this game so far. No one near fault as he lets it go. And another shot. And the shot goes in from Embiid.
No easy chore keeping the 7-footer off the glass. Embiid crashing with intentionality.
There's the screen. Green with a screen for Conley. Here's Gasol. And the rejection by Embiid. Simmons against Conley. Simmons dishes to Muscala. Embiid the screen. Here's Fultz. No good on the three. And Greg, you look at the changes for the Grizzlies, looking for versatility and adaptability in their players.
Yeah, grit and grind, still the identity, but you got to be able to space the floor and cover pick and roll. The era of a post-up centric basketball team doesn't seem to be in the future.
Embiid the screen. Here's Simmons. It's rebounded by Memphis. Gasol's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Anderson gets it to go.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
Over to the wing. That's good from Fultz on the assist by Simmons.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Yeah, it's been a seesaw battle. Right now, I mean, as soon as one team grabs the lead, the other grabs it right back.
Now here's Gasol. 20 points for him last game against New Orleans.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
Fultz, no good.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Chandler against Anderson. Embiid. The putback, and Embiid is right there.
Really like the attitude from Embiid. I mean, he's sending a message that you better put a body on him. When you don't, he does this.
Green with a screen for Conley. He kicks to Gasol. Back to Conley. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Here's Muscala. That shot missing. Great D that time from Green. Memphis trailing here. And Anderson has it in the corner. Now the pass to Gasol. Over Embiid. The shot's good from Gasol.
Boy, the confidence of Gasol on the block is really impressive to see. I mean, once he gets good positioning, he goes right to work.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here.
And in today's NBA, how about the value in having a guy at the center who has the versatility and the skill set of a Marc Gasol? With his passing and shooting, and he becomes a great zone buster for any team.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group, and Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Amir Johnson's checked in for Joel Embiid. Robert Covington comes in for Wilson Chandler. J.J. Redick's checked in for Fultz. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Simmons. McConnell kicks to Muscala. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J. And Marcus All becoming more aggressive, looking for his own offense.
And I thought at times in the past he was unselfish to a fault. His teammates egged him on, told him, you're the best center in the game. Go out there and dominate. And now it seems like he's becoming more comfortable in his skin.
Covington kicks to Reddick. They set the pick. Pass to Muscala. The three. It's rebounded by Memphis. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
They may have wished for more games against them. A definite disparity in talent. We'll see if they take advantage again tonight.
Kicks it to Covington. Outside, Reddick. Just 5 to shoot. Here's McConnell. From outside, off the mark.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Here's Covington. Got a piece of it, and he gets it back. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Grizzlies.
And the three-pointer was their preferred weapon. It can be a risky strategy, but it's one that more and more teams have embraced over the years.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw.
And, you know, through the long rebuild in Philly, the Sixers' strategy was to develop unproven players and try to find some diamonds in the rough. Not a bad way to go when you're going to be patient. And Robert Covington might have been their best find. A very good defender at both forward spots.
And he sinks the second.
Man, you got to love the intensity of Covington. I mean, he's a consistent shooter from beyond the arc. And he's a player that also isn't afraid to get dirty on the glass for rebounds. That's a nice combination. Nice stroke, but still he'll do some dirty work too.
And Parsons gets it to go. And Covington offensively, mostly a catch-and-shoot scorer.
Yeah, he plays well off others. His three-point percentage has kind of went south the last few seasons, but if he works on that, I think he's got a place with this team, or if not this team, then certainly in the league.
And here's McConnell after the three-pointer from Chandler Parsons. Johnson. Here's Muscala. Johnson with the block, and the basket by Johnson. Mack with the ball. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Johnson outside. Parsons passes to Caspi. The turnaround Jay. The rebound by Johnson.
No other way to say it. Flat out bad defense. Didn't even contest the shot. Lucky for them, he misfired on it.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Really nice work here from Covington to draw the foul on his way up. He's got a real talent for drawing fouls and getting himself to the foul line.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots.
Take a break.
A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
And the first one drops. Well, Clark, we know one thing. You are a connoisseur of scoring in the post. Which players, in your opinion, do you love to watch go to work on the block?
I tell you, DeMarcus Cousins is really good down there. He's got all of the tricks, and he's got size and great footwork, pretty decent athleticism as well. Karl Anthony Towns, very proficient. But again, I go back to my man Zach Randolph. I mean, he's close to the ground. He's a lefty. And Zebo just gets it done in a way that I enjoy.
Now here's Matt. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Johnson the screen. Pass to Parsons. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. Fourth, the 76ers.
They're so aware defensively. I mean, an opportunistic group in terms of forcing miscues and getting out in transition. And boy, do they do a great job of taking advantage.
The shot by Redick, no good.
Cannot give him that much room from mid-range. They got to feel lucky he didn't knock that one down.
Casspi dishes to Mack. Johnson to screen. And Mack kicks to Johnson. Casspi for three. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson. Caspi's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
They set the pick. Redick passes to Muscala. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
The offensive rebound. Here's Selden, and the layup's good off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Memphis lead.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah, it's finishing your defense, Greg. We know that. You can defend, then you got to rebound the miss, and you got to get to the glass with intensity.
Now here's Covington. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Johnson the screen, off the screen. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Yeah, I like the quick release, Greg. He does a nice job getting it up quickly, especially when he's facing a bigger defender.
Count it. Max got his first bucket of the night.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
There's 25 seconds left to play here in the first. Now, here's McConnell. Johnson the screen. There's the pick. Dishes to Covington. Over Casspi. Tries to keep it alive. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Grizzlies out in front, up by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously that's a polarizing topic for some people. They like me, some people don't like me. But I take a lot of pride in the fact that I went to school there, I got to play there, and I graduated from Duke.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
You know, and listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and having gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kev. I think it's about where he's going, what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And looking at what we've seen from the Grizzlies, what do you guys think?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
Chandler Parsons out there with Casspi. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Shelvin Mack. And it's Selden in at the 2. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And the first one at the line is good. And when you look at the Sixers, Clark, that very young roster, how soon do you think it'll all come together?
Well, they've got a lot of good pieces, particularly with the superstar potential of Embiid and Simmons, if they're able to stay healthy. The playoffs might not be too far away. As far as contending for a title, way too early to project that.
And Clark, when you were growing up, was there one player in pro basketball you tried to emulate or model your game after?
I really didn't pattern my game after any particular player. I tried to piece and parcel from a lot of players. I love the gracefulness of Lou Alcindor, now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, when I first saw him back in the late 60s. At his size and the way he could move and his touch was impressive. And then as I became more of a forward in high school, you looked at guys like Magic Johnson, and I looked at Marcus Johnson out at UCLA. Dr. J was a versatile forward as well. George McGinnis, who ended up becoming a really good friend of mine as I got drafted by the Pacers. Those guys that were big and mobile and had ball skills and shooting skills and rebounded, those were guys that I tried to play like.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, David Fizdale was one of the most respected assistant coaches in the league before he took over in Memphis last season. He spent 8 seasons in Miami, where LeBron James played for him. LeBron said he has every quality that would fit a head coach. He's confident in his ability, a great learner, a great communicator. So it was great to see him get the nod, and he's proven so far why he's capable of the job. Kevin?
And an endorsement from LeBron is never a bad thing, D.A. Thanks so much.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play, going to the line for one.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
The Grizzlies shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Marc Gasol's checked in for Bryce Johnson. JaMychal Green comes in for Chandler Parsons. Anderson, he's checked in for Caspi. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Selden. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Johnson. Chandler comes in for Robert Covington. Fultz, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Ben Simmons in for T.J. McConnell. Free throw, no good for Mack.
And continuity is one thing that lends itself to winning. You see that in Memphis, that their key players in Gasol and Conley, these guys are all getting it done.
From deep. And that one is off. The 76ers trail by 10. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And the rejection by Embiid.
Solid read from Embiid there. Terrific at anticipating when that shot is coming.
To the middle, tries to snap the cold streak. The shot by Sharch, no good. And the challenge for the Grizzlies has been finding that 4th or 5th star caliber player, Greg, to push them over the top.
And they've needed a two-way terror on the wing for the longest time here. None of their draft picks or free agent signings have really broken through, and that's what it's going to take if they want to break through in the West.
And the 76ers call time here.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there. Just has not been there. Hopefully, he can get the fire lit.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Conley's checked in. Conley against Simmons. And here's Chandler from the arc. He can't get that one. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Now the Grizzlies with it. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Good looking screen by Gasol. Conley dishes to Gasol. Gasol missing again.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
And Saric kicks to Fultz. Beyond the arc. A rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Feeds it to Temple. Here's Conley. That one falls. Conley's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
The 76ers trail by 15. Now Fultz. He's coming off a 16-point game against Milwaukee.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
Here's Temple after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Over to the left wing. Here's Anderson, and Chandler sends it back. Shoots the three. The Grizzlies pull it in. Anderson's got his third rebound tonight. Temple, the pass to Anderson. Here's Temple. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Gasol, no good.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Over in the corner, Fultz for three. It's rebounded by Memphis.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. The Grizzlies with another miss.
This has been a rough, turbulent outing for him so far. Fortunately, the rest of his team has bailed him out. And, you know, that's a second foul early in this quarter. I think he's got to be much more cautious in how he defends now.
Chandler is screen to the middle. Fultz dishes to Chandler. Simmons against Conley. And Simmons kicks to Chandler.
And still, he's scoreless. Boy, they could use just a little bit of help from him.
And Embiid with the block. Simmons against Conley. Simmons passes to Šarić. Back to Simmons. Chandler is screen. And Simmons kicks to Chandler. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
Man, I love how Simmons sets the floor up. So good at spotting his teammates for high-quality shots.
Temple dishes to Green. Back to Temple. Green, the screen. Clock at 6. To stop the drought. Hits the front of the rim and out. The 76ers trail by 10. Here's Fultz. Second chance shot. That's tipped.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
It's stolen by Šarić. And now Philadelphia on the break. Fultz with the ball. Here's Embiid. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Memphis leading by 10. And Anderson kicks to Green. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. We see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Fultz.
And the three ball really hurting them right now, taking way too many bad shots from deep. Yeah, they've had some decent looks, but when it's not falling, it's hurting your cause. I wouldn't say to go away entirely from the three, but they've got to do a better job of only taking a three when it's a great shot.
It's stolen by Muscala. Looking to end his cold spell, and it's laid in by Fultz. Fultz has got his second basket of the night.
And not his quarter, scoring-wise. Just 1 of 7 from the field.
Conley against Simmons. Conley gets the bucket. Conley's got 6.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
And Philadelphia calls time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Al Gasol after Markelle Fultz missed from long range. Conley gets the bucket.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
The 76ers trail by 12. They set the pick. Chandler is screen. Left side, Šarić. He dishes it to Simmons. Green with the block. And here is Conley. 17 points for him last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. Anderson passes to Gasol. Over Chandler. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Anderson. And it's 6 points for Marc Gasol. Fultz with the ball. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Screen by Saric, and play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And that's only the first time this half. But Kevin, they've done a great job here in that regard.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Parsons checked in for Jermichael Green. Caspi comes in for Kyle Anderson. And it's Selden in for Garrett Temple. The 76ers also with a sub. Redick is checked in. Parsons on the wing. And the three off target.
Has not made another three since the one he drilled in the first, but still, you got to defend him from beyond the arc.
Saric, that's good.
Boy, what's most impressive about Simmons is how he finds the open man so consistently, the vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
And Brett Brown, such a great fit in Philadelphia. He loves the town, loves the game, loves to coach. He says about the town, Clark, it reminds him of his hometown.
Well, that's nice to hear because he does embody a lot of the grit that you come to know and expect from Philadelphians. I mean, it reminds him of where he's from. He's faced the media through tough times. He's always candid and forthright. And he's coaching with a long lens, as he put it, on building towards something great. And, man, I tell you, that passion and enthusiasm just oozes out of him, which is pretty cool to see. You know, he's been off so far, Kevin, but there's still time. I mean, he just needs to settle it down, idle it down a little bit, and try to contribute as much as he can on the offense within himself.
Now Saric after the missed three from Marc Gasol. Saric dishes to Chandler, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Clark, in your rookie season in the NBA, did you ever have a welcome to the NBA moment, you know, a play or a sequence where you were brutally introduced to how unforgiving the NBA can truly be?
Yeah, how about my first night out? Spencer Haywood ran me in circles, and I shot 2 for 17, scored 6 or 8 points, and he was in my head from the very beginning. Thankfully, the Pacers won that game because it was a forgettable night other than that. But Spencer Haywood, even to this day, when I bump into him, reminds me of how he disrupted me and distracted me in that first game of my rookie season.
And the Grizzlies enjoying the longest stretch of sustained success in franchise history. Greg, 7 consecutive seasons making the postseason.
And this group has gotten as far as the Western Conference Finals, and a lot to be said for that consistency. But of course, everyone's in this for the rings. Interesting to see where they go from here to turn the corner into a true contender.
There's 1:54 left here in the second. Now here's Matt. 6 points for him. And Caspi kicks to Selden. Here's Johnson. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Johnson's got his first 2 points.
And they have been really active on the boards this quarter. Those second chance points are keeping them in the game.
Covington kicks to McConnell. Chandler is screen. Outside, Redick. Now, here's McConnell. He's covered by Mack. Just 4 to shoot. Redick for 3. Parsons with the rebound.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
Really good point, Greg. I mean, you want to keep that balance, and attacking inside creates space for shooters, and having shooters creates opportunities inside, so it works hand in glove.
Now here's Chandler. He has 5. Lots of room. That one goes. Count it. Chandler's got 7 points in the game.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Now here's Matt. Defense is right there, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And for the Sixers, a lot of missed rookie seasons over the years. First Nerlens Noel, then Joel Embiid, now Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but in many cases, I think they drafted them knowing they might be out of commission for a while. Still, I think the Philly fans probably hope not to hear the phrase foot fracture for a long time. Hopefully, they can keep everybody healthy and get this thing moving forward.
Free throw good, Mack. And Mack drops them both.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
Now the feed to Covington. Johnson up top. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Out to the wing. Now here's McConnell. He's covered by Mack. Covington wide open. He fires. They get it back. It's tipped. Now Mack. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Parsons. And so it's Memphis, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. Their transition game has been in full effect. Back to the action after this word.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. The second quarter got a lot more exciting for them as they were putting up big numbers and find themselves way out in front here at the half. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies?
I love the way they're getting after it in the paint. Moving bodies, attacking the rim, scoring at will. Sometimes teams try to hurt you with the three ball. They went right for the heart of the defense. Look at them to keep pounding it inside and staying physical.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
Well, first of all, as cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say I'm surprised by the score. You cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game, Ernie. They need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they could forget about a comeback.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
We're back with you here in Memphis, Tennessee. A gorgeous look at the skyline here in the birthplace of rock and roll. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You look at Michael Conley, what a contribution.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, I liked how they took the initiative. They were really locked into what they wanted, not letting the defense dictate their shot selection.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but you know, anything can happen. Kicking off the second half, here's Brett Brown's foul. We've got Wilson Chandler, Joel Embiid out there with Saric. And there's Fultz, and it's Simmons in at the point guard position. He gets it in there.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Saric, and a wide open look for Simmons. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
And I tell you, all Simmons needs is a little breathing room. He's dynamite off the pass.
Here's Conley. Green with a screen on Saric. Conley into the lane. Steps back and fires. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got 8 rebounds in this game. The shot by Saric, no good.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
And that one is good. Temple's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And Embiid throws it down.
Embiid is unstoppable, just too strong for the defense, no matter what they throw at him. You know, the motto in Philadelphia over recent years, in the midst of one of the most patient rebuilding efforts in NBA history, was trust the process. I love that. Hard to do, but certainly worth pursuing. And Joel Embiid has made it his nickname. Joel, the process, Embiid.
Shooting one.
And that one misses. And Clark fans know they can chant "trust the process" as Embiid is at the line. Do you like that nickname?
Well, it's more a bumper sticker than a nickname, and I like it, though. I like trusting the process. As a nickname, I'd give it thumbs down, but clearly Embiid has given these Sixers fans a lot of hope for the present and future.
Now here's Chandler. 7 points in the game. Pass to Fultz. He feeds it to Saric. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Saric has got 6 points.
And, you know, Fultz sees the floor well. He's excellent distributing the basketball.
Conley kicks to Gasol. Back to Conley. Gasol setting the pick for Conley. 5 to shoot. Pass to Gasol. Shoots over Embiid. Gasol no good.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
And Simmons kicks to Fultz. Back to Simmons. Screen by Saric. Simmons passes to Saric. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 4 assists now tonight.
Boy, it's been beautiful to see Simmons working in pick and roll sets. He just knows when to shoot as well as when to pass to teammates.
The Grizzlies have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
Two shots.
First one falls for him.
And, you know, the Sixers were heavily criticized for the so-called process, enduring the pain of losing big. People forget the prior decade when the team tried to contend, only won a single playoff series.
And both free throws good for Temple. And Clark, it's true the Sixers were a team long stuck in the middle. Does that help explain why they employed such drastic measures to rebuild?
I think so, Kevin. Clearly, they tried getting there the usual way when you try to develop players and maybe add a key free agent here or there, and it didn't quite work. And the process was Plan B. And that process has really started to pay some dividends, so I don't blame them for trying it.
And a chance now to review the shot chart for the Grizzlies.
And this is what happens when you are having a tremendous offensive game. They are getting great looks and knocking down shots all over the floor. I don't think we're going to see them deviate from this approach from here on out. They've got the recipe for success.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Screen by Sharch. Chandler against Anderson. Puts it up from 12. Rejected by Gasol. And the shot goes in from Embiid.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint. Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him.
Pulls it from 20. Conley gets the bucket. And now it's a 12-point Grizzly lead. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Good work there as it goes.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
Here's Green after the made shot from Joel Embiid. 5 to shoot. Temple can't get it to go. The 76ers trail by 10. Sharch dishes to Fultz. Great D that time from Green.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Grizzlies have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Thinking back to the great Warrior team from last year, Clark, how do you place them in a historical context for what they accomplished?
Well, they're on a short list of one of the great teams of all time in terms of winning a championship and what they did throughout the season to do so. You'd have to consider them as one of the outstanding teams in the history of the NBA.
Both free throws good from Anderson.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Now here's Simmons. 7 points in the game. Oh, the lob for Simmons. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession.
A chance here, Kevin, to take a look at the 76ers and how they rank in the NBA right now.
And guys, you can't say enough about how well they've rebounded. So often it's swung the possession battle in their favor, and that's really had a huge impact.
And the Grizzlies leading by 12. Conley gets to Gasol. He's off on that one. Good D by Embiid. Looking to get back on track here. The offensive rebound. Got a hand on it.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Here's Temple. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Fultz. And Gasol sends it back.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots.
Conley against Simmons. From the wing. That shot off. Now the 76ers take it the other way. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And Anderson has it in the corner. Buries it down low. Anderson's got 8 points.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And here is Muscala. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Shoots off the screen. That one wide left.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is one hoop, and you're back in rhythm.
And the block shot turns into a shooting foul. So the defensive effort there a bit too much, as the officials will send him to the line, and he'll shoot some free throws.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Johnson, he's checked in for Gasol. Caspi comes in for Anderson. Selden's checked in for Garrett Temple. And Shelvin Max subbed in for Mike Conley. Then for the 76ers, Johnson, he's checked in for Embiid. Redick comes in for Fultz. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Ben Simmons. He hits the second from the line. The 76ers trail by 15. They set the pick to the wing right side. And Muscala kicks to McConnell. Back to Muscala. The 76ers need to get off a shot. The 76ers again can't hit it. Mack with the ball. 8 points for him. 3 for Caspi. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Well, I think Omri Caspi has been underappreciated and didn't play much for the Kings last season. Waived by the Pelicans after injuring that thumb, and hard to figure because he can give you quality minutes.
Mack, the pass to Johnson. Caspi dishes to Mack. Banked in off the glass. Mack's got 10.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
The 76ers trail by 17. McConnell kicks to Covington. Back to McConnell. Over Mack. And he can't bank that one in. The Grizzlies shooting not great, 40% for the game. Selden kicks to Johnson. Over in the corner, Green. He tries for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. He's got 8. They're not having much success at all right now.
Kevin, I would shuffle the lineup if I were their coach a little bit just to try to find something that works.
Green with the block. Here's Selden, covered by Redick. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the foul against Philadelphia.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. Parsons checked in for the Grizzlies. Good on the second free throw. The 76ers trail by 21. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Muscala kicks to Covington. There's the pick. The dish to Muscala. They get it again. It's Covington on the wing. He kicks it to Muscala. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Muscala's got his second basket of the night. And the Grizzlies with possession. They're on a 17-6 run. In the corner, Parsons with it. There's the pass to Caspi. From the arc. And it's rebounded by Covington.
And not doing his team any favors jacking up three-pointers. He needs to realize that right away.
Outside, Redick. Now, here's McConnell. D right on him. Offensive rebound. Muscala. The pass to Johnson. Lays it up and banks it in.
Nice hands that time by Johnson, able to gather and go up with no problems at all inside.
Left side, Parsons. Johnson dishes to Parsons. Goes back up. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. The 76ers trail by 19. Now, here's McConnell. Kicks it to Redick. Beyond the arc. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Johnson's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Parsons attacking. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Parsons got 7 points.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Outside, Redick. Johnson the screen. And here's Covington from the arc. It's rebounded by Memphis. Johnson's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And Mack kicks to Caspi. Shoots over Covington. Rebound by the 76ers. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
A little bit of savvy on the part of Redick there. Gets his man into a bad position and then forces him to commit the foul.
First trip to the line for him here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And I think it's clear he's gotten better in that department since last season. I mean, he looks a lot more comfortable at the line now, and he's getting better results.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The free throw drops for Redick.
You know, sometimes the great three-point shooters in the game don't carry that same success to the free throw line, but that's not the case with J.J. Redick. I mean, he's cash money from the stripe, too.
And the 76ers making a change here. Sharge is checked in. And both free throws good for Redick. And so here's Memphis. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now Mack. He's got 10. To the wing on the left. Caspi passes to Parsons. Trying his luck deep. Sharge grabs the board. Sharge has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Fires for 3. Off the mark. And so it's Memphis with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. The 76ers trail by 19. Shelvin Mack is out there with Selden. Then there's Caspi. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Johnson in at the 5 down low. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
And Mack kicks to Parsons. Good, and a nice assist from Mack. And the Grizzlies lead by 20.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Outside, Redick. Johnson the screen. And Redick kicks to Šarić. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Caspi dishes to Mack. Passes it to Selden. And a miss there on the triple.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
McConnell in the corner. Johnson the screen. McConnell kicks to Chandler. Fires top of the key. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Johnson against Parsons. No good from Caspi.
And I love how his teammates have stepped up for him. He's struggling, but they're ramping it up and getting it done this quarter. Always got to patrol the three-point line. When you don't, you suffer the consequences.
And here is Mack. Wilson Chandler getting his 3 to go. Mack the pass to Caspi. Parsons outside. Pass to Selden. That one goes in.
Always enjoy solid, good passing. Easily setting up his teammate. Does not get any easier than that.
Outside, Redick. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Screen by Šarić. Just 4 to shoot. From deep, another 3 for Philadelphia.
Excellent confidence from Redick. Really good. I mean, taking his time, his form, textbook.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And J.J. Redick with the prototype when it comes to his release point on that jump shot. So quick off the catch. Always has his feet set and squared and ready to deliver that dagger.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Johnson. Fultz comes in for J.J. Redick. And Simmons subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Parsons with a screen on Simmons. Conley dishes to Gasol. Jacks up a 3. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 3 assists now in this one. Hey, Greg, with Redick, that great shooting form he has is one of the reasons his game has aged so well.
And a lot of people wondered if Redick would be able to last in the NBA when he was drafted. Might have one of the longest careers of that draft class. Just keeps producing at any age.
And the Grizzlies leading by 17. Here's Temple. Down low. Gasol kicks to Temple. Back to Gasol. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Šarić. Fast break, Philadelphia. Finished off the break. Šarić has got 10 points in just the second half.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Now here's Conley from the stripe. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Chandler's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Simmons. And again, it's Philadelphia.
And really with Simmons, the guy just has everything, including that soft mid-range jumper.
Parsons on the wing. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Embiid. Well, a max contract last season for Chandler Parsons, despite, Greg, his history of knee injuries. That was a bold move by the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and they've needed a great two-way wing player for years. Hopefully, Parsons can get healthy and fulfill that role for this team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And so he's able to get one of two.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Bounces high off the rim and drops. And it's 6 points for Markelle Fultz.
And, you know, Fultz is highly skilled as an offensive player. When he gets this kind of positioning inside, it's a wrap.
Gasol passes to Conley. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And if it doesn't, this is only going to get uglier. I mean, that's no way to defend a player of his caliber. He's lost his concentration in the second half, and we can see that in the turnovers piling up. Before the break, he had just one. Now he's got a bunch.
And so here's Memphis. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Parsons for three. The putback. The shot, no good. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Plenty of space. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Fultz.
Man, I like the quick catch and release from Fultz. A confident shooter who's ready to fire as soon as he catches it.
Conley dishes to Gasol, shoots over Embiid, and that one hits back iron.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two.
Sometimes you just have no way of stopping Simmons on the interior. I mean, he's a very skilled player who gets these calls routinely.
And the first one at the line is good.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
And Memphis making a change here. Green's checked in. Both good from the line that time. Memphis leading by 10. Outside Conley. Here's Gasol. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 4th assist in this one. Philadelphia's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. And Simmons kicks to Saric. Back to Simmons. Saric with the screen for Simmons. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the 4th quarter. Conley with it. Now Chandler defending. Here's Anderson. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. And the Grizzlies lead by 14. Now here's Fultz. Defense right on him. Dishes to Chandler. Screen by Saric. There's a screen. Chandler the pass to Embiid. Over Gasol. But he gets it back.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
And they're on the break. Stops. Pops. Can't hit that one. Simmons with the defensive effort. The 76ers trail by 14. Chandler, no good.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Here's Gasol. Good D by Embiid.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
But the effort's been there for him, just not getting the results.
To the paint. It's tipped. It's stolen by Saric. And now Philadelphia on the break. Fultz with the ball.
Hey, I tell you what, Kevin, I like the fact that Markelle Fultz is not afraid of contact. He doesn't mind getting roughed up. When he's going up with his shot, he plays through that contact nicely.
And you see Markelle Fultz and how he plays. Wasn't as hyped coming into college, but he changed that tune after one season.
And in that final year, Fultz grew a full 3 inches. I think that helped move him into the elite prospect range. At 6'5", with that 6'10" wingspan, he has the special size that you look for, and really was the lone bright spot on an otherwise underachieving college team.
That free throw good from Fultz.
Well, I look at Fultz, and he has perennial all-star written all over him. A fantastic playmaker who's really got a ready-made skill set for the NBA.
He doesn't get the second one.
And the one thing that you got to love about Markelle Fultz is his versatility. I mean, he's got the size, the passing and scoring ability to succeed at either guard position. He's almost Westbrookish.
And you ask the scouts about Fultz, he has the complete game.
You know, Kevin, he checks all the boxes. Athleticism, the size to play above the rim, and above all, I think the feel for the game is quite apparent when you watch him play.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw drops for Temple. The 76ers trail by 16. Inside, Gasol with the steal. Conley against Simmons. Here's Anderson. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. It's stolen by Green. Gasol, that's a two-pointer. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Now here's Fultz. Shot clock at 6. Outside for Simmons. Feeds it to Fultz. Embiid with a screen on Conley. Now here's Fultz, over by Conley. Fultz kicks to Chandler. Over Temple. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. And the Grizzlies leading by 16. Outside Conley. Over in the corner, Gasol. Simmons against Conley. It's good from long range. And the Grizzlies lead by 19.
And the spacing that Conley provides from long range really has become crucial to this offense.
And here's Chandler from the arc. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 6 assists here tonight.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half. Conley against Simmons. And here's Anderson from the arc. And Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And for Joel Embiid, some real tough times to start his NBA career. Greg sidelined, as we know, for the first 2 seasons with injuries. And just when he got going in season 3, he was dealt a knee injury.
Yeah, it has not been easy. And remember, Joel Embiid is so competitive. You know, he came to the game late, but fell for it hard. And this is what he lives for, to be out on the court helping his team compete.
That free throw good from Fultz. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Memphis leading by 15. The feed to Temple. Green, the screen. Temple dishes to Gasol. They kick it out to Green. Gasol inside, guarded by Embiid. Here's Chandler, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked, you're toast. They learned that lesson there. Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. Following the score by Memphis. The basket counts and 1. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Really like seeing Embiid exert his will, be assertive here. I mean, getting whatever shot he wants inside.
On the free throw, no good.
You know, you got to love watching Embiid play the game because he has such great passion and really a drive to be great.
Temple gets the bucket. Temple's got 5 points now in the quarter. The 76ers trail by 15. Simmons passes to Šarić. Here's the floater. And Embiid is right there.
And Embiid is H-E efficient. That's super efficient, folks. When he gets cooking, the defense knows they're in for a long night.
Now here's Green. Outside Conley. Out to the right wing. Here's Anderson. Wilson Chandler with the rebound. Chandler's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Grizzlies.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. So I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Marc Gasol.
You know what stood out to me, Kevin, was his confidence. I mean, he was taking a lot of good shots and knocking them all down.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
Pass to Selden. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball. Timeout called. The 76ers. They're down by 11. 16 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And this is what happens when you dig yourself a hole it's hard to climb out of.
Well, to me, they look emotionally spent.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Marc Gasol.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. Now, here's McConnell. Tight defense on him. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
Boy, I like how Embiid gives himself up for his teammates, sacrificing his body so they can get good shots.
And here is Matt. And so the Grizzlies take the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Chandler, you guys really passed the ball well tonight, and that seemed to feed energy at both ends.
Yeah, just playing offense. And as you can see, we're having so much fun when we play that way. When everyone's getting involved, everybody's touching it. It's just a much better team offense when we play like that, and it's successful for us.
It was successful tonight, Chandler. Thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.